You know our economy and society are getting bad when grocery store theft goes off the chain. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Kendall Teets titled, Major Grocery Chain Won't Allow Large Bags at DC Stores to Combat Theft. According to the author, grocery chain Giant has announced a ban on large bags in all of its Washington, D.C. stores as part of an effort to crack down on crime. The grocery store has been plagued by shoplifting, costing the company millions of dollars a year. As of May 23rd, customers cannot bring suitcases, duffel bags, or bags larger than 14 inches by 14 inches by 6 inches while shopping in certain stores. Here are my thoughts. When I first read this, I had to wonder, how are they going to police the 14 inch by 14 inch by 6 inch size requirement? Are they going to have one of those metal racks like at the airport where you have to put your bag in the rack to make sure it conforms to the size requirements? I'd really hate to be the store employees who have to enforce this. When I was teaching public school decades ago, we had to police school policies relating to dress code. Girls weren't allowed to have their midriff exposed, which means their shirt couldn't be too high to expose any part of their belly, and boys couldn't have their pants sagging. We were required to send the girls to the office so the secretary could provide them with a gym shirt to wear, and the principal would cut off a piece of twine and tie it around the boys' pants to hold them up, since most didn't wear a belt. I really disliked having to police the dress code at school because the students would often become argumentative. I'm sure the employees at the Giant grocery store are going to encounter the same type of argumentative behavior. To me, it's sad that we live in a world where shoplifting at the grocery store is resulting in millions of dollars in losses. This doesn't just happen at the grocery store. This happens at just about any type of store. Target and Walmart stores have had to lock up underwear because of criminals. I read a story last year about a Walmart store that installed electronic security tags on steaks to prevent people from stealing meat. Humans are supposed to be more intelligent and refined than animals, but I'm starting to question that. When I watch animal documentaries on television, African hyenas often steal meat from lions, and sometimes lions steal meat from hyenas. Are we regressing as a species to the point where we are now stealing meat from others, just like creatures in the animal kingdom? I may be wrong, but all of this shoplifting can't just be due to organized crime. I mean, seriously, you can't tell me there is some mafia guy sitting in a restaurant asking his foot soldiers how much underwear they stole today, or how much meat they stole today. Maybe there is some of this going on. I really don't know. I don't have any mafia ties to see behind the curtain. I suspect some of this theft is because our economy is getting worse and because of desperate people. Some of this may be due to our society breaking down. I am sure there are individuals who just need underwear, or they just need food and they don't have the money to buy it. Maybe some are upset with the system and they want to steal from big corporations who seem to have plenty of money. Regardless of the reasoning behind it, it bothers me. Getting back to the article about bag sizes at Giant, the author referenced a mother who was turned away from the store because she was carrying her baby bag. Well, my friends, I'm sure this does create an inconvenience for a lot of customers. Unfortunately, there is not always a lot of accountability in our society. If everyone in society had tight communities where people looked out for one another and policed one another and didn't tolerate crime regardless of how small it was, we might not be in this situation. Law enforcement and security personnel at companies can't do it on their own. The problem is, we have gotten to the point where it is almost like the Wild West in some parts of the country. Some citizens wouldn't dare intervene when they saw a crime occurring because they would be afraid for their lives. Some people have a short fuse, and you never know who's carrying a weapon. Life is not respected by some people in society, and it is truly tragic. I'm curious if any of you have stores in your area that restrict the type of bags that you can carry. If there are, tell me about them in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today. This one was on foxbusiness.com, written by Taylor Penley, titled, Frustrated Parents Reach Tipping Point in Biden's Economy as They Struggle to Make Ends Meet, Debilitating. Before I begin, I want to start by talking about the title. Why did the author have to say Biden's economy? I realize his administration influences the economy, but some of what is going on in our economy can be traced back to policies put in place by prior administrations, both Republican and Democrat. Some of what is going on is due to the Federal Reserve, which is supposedly independent. I'm not defending some of the decisions made by Biden, but I'm also not bashing him. I'm simply saying that our country has been on the wrong path for quite some time. Some of the inflation that we are dealing with today is due to all of the quantitative easing that started during the 2008 Great Financial Crisis. Inflation got supercharged after the Fed kept interest rates artificially low for far too long and after trillions of dollars were injected into the economy. Some of this happened prior to Biden taking office. I'm trying to remain as politically neutral as possible on this channel. I'm not trying to bash Biden or Trump or promote Biden or Trump. It is your right as an American to vote for the person that aligns with your values. I don't want to persuade you one way or the other. Getting back to the article, the author said kitchen table economics of American households have become a battleground for frustrated moms who find themselves struggling with the realities of the Biden administration's policies. The author referenced several women, one of which is Keisha King, a business owner, podcast host, and a single parent. She said, "It's so debilitating. I am ready to vote for a change, to vote for Donald Trump, to get rid of Bidenomics forever. You can get scared to even pull up your bank account because you go to the grocery store and you spend so much on gas and regular everyday things, and your children need things. It becomes so much of a struggle, and I'm ready for Bidenomics to be gone. I am so tired of him trying to pretend like Americans are not struggling." Here are my thoughts. My heart goes out to this woman and to all Americans who are struggling financially during this period of high inflation. I hope they are able to find a way to cope moving forward. I think people need to be careful not to put all their hopes in a new president to fix everything. People should look for ways to fix their own financial situation. They may be able to find ways to live further beneath their means or increase their income. Small changes every day could add up to be a lot of money in the long run. In my opinion, a new president is not going to magically fix every aspect of your financial situation. Are there things that Donald Trump could do differently? Sure. He was in the news recently talking about he would drill, baby, drill. Could that help bring down prices at the pump? Sure. It's certainly possible. That's just one example of what Trump could do to help people struggling due to high inflation. However, people may want to consider what he tweeted back on May 12, 2020. He said, and I'll quote, "As long as other countries are receiving the benefits of negative rates, the USA should also accept the gift. Big numbers." He was calling for negative interest rates back then. Imagine how much worse inflation could be today if that had happened. I, for one, am not in favor of lower interest rates. I think too many people and businesses have been involved with reckless spending because of artificially low interest rates in recent years. It is time to incentivize savers. I don't think the Fed should even consider lowering interest rates. They should hike interest rates if they are really committed to their 2% inflation target. I realize this is not popular at all because we live in a debt-based economy. Also, many politicians want to see the stock market flourish. Everyday Americans want lower rates on their credit cards and mortgages. Companies want access to cheap and easy money. Think about all of the zombie companies that have been allowed to survive in recent years. Think about all of the people who have a negative net worth to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars and are living in a big house with a fancy car and financed furniture. All of this would have been a lot more difficult to attain had our interest rates not been kept artificially low for so long. Now, I don't know what Donald Trump's current stance is on interest rates, Maybe he wanted negative interest rates back in 2020 so we could more quickly emerge from the health crisis. His stance may be completely different today. However, I am sure lower interest rates or negative interest rates could benefit him. His properties could possibly be refinanced and the cash flow would be a lot stronger. I think the mudslinging is probably going to get extreme the closer we get to the election. What do you think about all of this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.